what we've seen is less tolerance and more violence. And I know for a fact, I've seen that in my courtroom, and it seems like the threats have escalated against the judges.
Escalating threats against local judges in their own courtrooms, and it's a story right out of the Wild West.
The Nye County Board of Commissioners voting to allow guns in most areas of their courthouses. But as the 8 News Now I-Team's David Charnes shows us, the judges say this decision is just asking for trouble.
This is my gun safe over here. Keep one right here.
Judge Kim Wonker's gun is right by her side when she's presiding over her courtroom.
I'm certain it's an incident waiting to happen. It's not if it happens, it's when it happens.
This is your courtroom.
That is my courtroom.
Her district court offices are in a Nye County building. Today, court is not in session, but on days it is, people filing into her courtroom go through a metal detector her bailiff sets up at the door. There's no security at the main entrance. The county controls the building, and commissioners say they control the halls.
I think that probably the greatest threat or risk for an incident is in the hallways or in the parking lot.
The 4 judges working out of this building enter through the same doors as everyone else. They park out front too.
We have a joke here. So my staff laughs and says, "Judge, we're so glad they improved the lighting because now when they shoot from the dark parking lot, they'll be sure they get you and not us." This door is not locked.
The back door, right next to Judge Wonker's courtroom, the way prisoners come through from jail, doesn't lock.
Commissioner Jabbour, you brought this item.
Up until this meeting in December, just a piece of paper stopped a person from bringing a gun into this building. In addition to district and justice courts,
they have windows that can be shot out.
The district attorney and the clerk are also here. 12 years ago, after several shootings at courthouses, including this one at the federal building in Las Vegas, Judge Robert Lane wrote this order forbidding firearms. Instead, county employees could apply to carry a concealed weapon in the building. As this email from this fall shows, Commissioner Bruce Jabbour's application was denied.
Judge Lane and Judge Wonker have serious concerns for their safety, but obviously no concern for the safety of others, including myself.
The commissioners unanimously voting to remove that order, allowing guns in the building.
The court has no such authority to control the right of access to these governmental offices simply because they are in the same building as the court.
Technically, if based on the decision, you could walk in with an AR-15 rifle.
I want you to raise your hand if you own a gun.
Several.
3 of the judges working here, Lane, Wonker, and Justice Court Judge Kent Jasperson, say this isn't about the Second Amendment. And the county has rules on the books about guns in the workplace. The collective bargaining agreement with the Nye County Employee Association says the county shall have the right to discharge or discipline any employee for a list of reasons, including carrying or possessing firearms or weapons while on the job.
You don't need to have a gun here to resolve an issue. The only thing a gun is going to do is aggravate the situation.
Kind of an Old West cowboy kind of thing. We'll have the shootout. There it is.
Security measures like this $90,000 scanner sit in storage. The judges say the county won't pay to staff it.
And just because we're rural doesn't mean incidents aren't going to happen.
The I-Team reviewed thousands of calls for service at the complex over the past decade. While the list includes the sheriff's office and the jail, records show deputies have responded to the courts for everything, from assaults to domestic disputes to threats. Wonker says last summer, a man threatened to come to the courthouse. Before he could, he got in a shootout with deputies.
So I ran from office to office, pounding on the doors, telling people to get away from the windows. Active shooter on their way.
We reached out to Commissioner Jabbour and the board chair to hear their side of the story. They either declined or did not respond. I'm David Charnes, live, local, now.